What is up guys, it's Solheim here, back with another Wrath of the Lich King video. So today will be a little bit of a different video, but still definitely centered around Wrath of the Lich King. So in 2 weeks we can actually play Wrath of the Lich King fresh, as Warmane's Frostmourne server is resetting and everyone has to restart from level 1. Personally, I use this as a test for Wrath Classic, especially at level 70+, so I can practice leveling in an environment where I have a lot of competition for the quest mobs, and I also use it to test out different gold farms in a fresh environment, and it's a great way to find out which gold farms will be worth doing in Wrath Classic. Basically, we are starting on a completely fresh server, where the content is released gradually, meaning we start with Naxxramas, and I think there are new content patches every 2 to 3 months, meaning this is actually quite close to the release schedule of Wrath Classic as well, and the patch cycles are around the expected phase lengths of Wrath Classic, so it's a great way to practice whatever you want to practice for Wrath Classic. So now that I've told you what the video is about, let's check out the actual post for the server announcement. But before we do that, a word from today's sponsor, myself. I have made and published my own gold guide for Wrath of the Lich King Classic that contains all of my gold making information for Wrath of the Lich King, including multiple gold farms, which items to farm in phase 1, which professions I recommend for gold farming and gold making, how to make gold with crafting professions, preparations and investments, and a lot more. The goal of the gold guide is to help all of you make as much gold as possible during Wrath of the Lich King, and even though it is already over 70 pages long, I will keep updating the guide up until and throughout Wrath Classic, and once you have purchased the guide, you will get all of the updates for free. The link to the guide is down below in the video description and the pinned comment, and right now you can also get it for 50% off by using the code Solheim. So back to Warmane's Fresh Wrath Server. Here is the actual post for the server, so let's read through the main points. Greetings Warmane community, a new season of Frostmourne awaits us all. For the 3rd time in a row, we are extremely pleased to announce that another season is just around the corner. We have learned plenty in the last 2 years, and we have carefully considered community feedback and weighed the various factors of a healthy realm against the diverse variety of player suggestions. We hope you will join us on yet another adventure. Frostmourne Season 3 will start on April 15th, 2022 at 16:00 server time. The first content tier will be available a few weeks later. Players will be given 2 weeks to prepare before they can start challenging the raid content. That's right, this fresh Wrath of the Lich King server is available on April 15th, which is pretty much exactly 2 weeks from now. Well, I guess technically 2.5 weeks, so it's incredibly close, and I'm actually so hyped for it. That is going to be in the middle of Easter as well, so I think I could get some additional time of work to know life a little extra. If we scroll down a bit further down on the website, we also get some additional information about the server. So Frostmourne players will be able to choose between 0.5 or 1, 3, 5 and 7x experience rates. So basically you can level up to 7 times faster. As for the realm itself, it's a PvE realm featuring optional PvP. Also, raiding content will be tuned as it is currently tuned on the realm. We plan to consider community feedback furthermore to fine-tune changes to get a more reliable and enjoyable experience of raiding. If you haven't played on Warmane before, they have tuned the difficulty up slightly based on community feedback, but it's far from difficult. There will be only 1 raid reset, but a time-walking optional raid instance will be available as well as a mythic dungeon. Cross-realm will be activated for battlegrounds, but various measures will be in effect to ensure that the players that you find yourself against or allied with will be on equivalent standing in terms of gear. Marketplace will be as last year. Once players obtain a significant amount of a specific item, it will be offered on the marketplace. As many players saw last year, this can sometimes take time, as it depends on the amount of items circulating in the game or the economy. We will strive to do better with updates this year, and will not rely on automatic systems. Character trading and the trading system will be available as on Lordaeron. Characters will be moved to Icecrown once the season ends, assuring a fresh competitive realm every single time a new season starts. The season is set to last 12 months, the content will be divided into 4 tiers, so basically 1 tier every 4 months, or every 3 months, there we go, quick math. The content of the first tier will be available a few weeks after launch, and every 3 months the content will progress further. As for faction balance measure, Alliance receives 1.5x honor rate and 2 times reputation points, and because there is already a base increase to reputation, this actually means that Alliance gets 6 times reputation points as an Alliance. There's also a cross-faction auction house, so if you are the only Alliance player on this server, you can still sell your materials, as the auction house is cross-faction. So personally I'm planning to use this Warmane Fresh as a test run for Wrath Classic, in pretty much every sense of the word. I'm planning to test out my preferred class in a raiding environment, so I can actually be as sure as I can that that is the class that I want to play as my main in Wrath Classic, because with this 7 times experience bonus on Warmane, I can easily level up other classes and test those out as well, and it is a much less tedious experience than it would be in Classic. I am also planning to use it to test out my current gold making strategies and gold farms to finalize my plans and my gold guide for Wrath Classic, and I am also going to play it for fun. Warmane is absolutely massive, and these Warmane Fresh runs are almost comparable to TBC Classic at launch. There's a lot of players playing, and it's actually so much fun. With up to 7 times experience rates, the leveling process is also incredibly quick. You can go from level 1 to 80 in 12 to 20 hours depending on your skill and knowledge of the game, and is honestly the best way to prepare for Wrath of the Lich King Classic if you ask me. You can use it to test your current main in TBC Classic and see how it feels to play in Wrath, or you could also use it to test out another class that you've been thinking about maybe switching to, and you can level it up so much faster on this server than you can in TBC Classic, making it the perfect test server, in my opinion. So yeah, if you're looking for a fresh Wrath of the Lich King server to play on, whether you are new to the game, just looking for a game to play for fun, maybe you are getting bored of TBC Classic, or maybe you just want to practice for Wrath Classic in a fresh environment with literally thousands of active players, well, now is your chance. Personally, I'm just so hyped to be able to do heroic dungeons without having to wait 2 hours to find 4 other people to do it with, and I'm also really looking forward to experience some of the Wrath of the Lich King raids, and last but not least, I am probably the only one looking forward to seeing hundreds of players fight against each other in Wintergrasp. So yeah, that is basically it for today, kind of a bonus video this week to let you guys know about this server, even though half of you probably knew about it already. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Smash that like button like the Lich King thrusts Frostmourne into the ground, shattering it in 2, and subscribe to the channel for more Wrath of the Lich King content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.